on, everybody? It's JetsCentral coming back with another video, and in this one I wanted to talk about a rumor that just surfaced like 15 minutes ago, okay, regarding the New York Jets and running back LeVeon Bell. And the New York Daily News just reported, right, they just put out this report basically saying that the New York Jets reached out to the Pittsburgh Steelers organization to inquire about the former Michigan State Spartan. Okay, my initial thoughts on, hearing this report, reading it and whatnot, after digesting it, I like it, and I know I'm going to get some pushback on it because the Jets are a young team. They're moving forward. They don't have that many big contracts, this and that. We're not necessarily weak at the running back position. But when I look at LeVeon Bell, I look at a guy who's a top 5 player in the league. I believe, in my personal opinion, he is the top running back in the league. Yes, you have Todd Gurley, you have David Johnson, make the argument for Zeke Elliott, maybe even Leonard Fournette. Shout out to my buddy UCF Jaguar. But LeVeon Bell is the complete package, okay? He is great in between the tackles. He's great outside the tackles. He is amazing in the slot. Okay, he has the best hands as a running back in the league. And when you take Le'Veon Bell and you just insert him into any NFL offense, right? You just get so much more versatility, so much more explosive. The percentage of explosive plays just goes through the roof. Le'Veon Bell is not only just a home run hitter, but he could also chip away. So I'm a big Le'Veon Bell fan. I've always have been. And traditionally, I don't necessarily like rooting for the superstars of the league, Tom Brady, Odell Beckham, guys like that. I just, Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell's teammate. I'm just not a big fan of the superstars. But Le'Veon Bell has always been a guy who I think he just has shown consistency. He has shown the ability to grow as a running back, because it's not like this guy was a top 5 pick. He wasn't drafted top 10. He wasn't a first round pick. Okay, so Le'Veon Bell really had to pay his dues. He really had to work his way up the ladder. So I know I might get some pushback on it for wanting Le'Veon Bell, especially having to give up something, right? Giving up an asset to acquire a guy who then we would have to give a lot of money to. But I think the New York Jets right now they're in a weird situation, right, where they can afford Le'Veon Bell. I'm not just talking about financially. I'm not just sitting here saying like, oh, on paper it makes sense, because probably I want to say 7 to 8 teams on paper can afford Le'Veon Bell. But I'm just saying, in the grand scheme of things, the New York Jets, they need explosiveness. They need a playmaker. The minute Le'Veon Bell signs on the dotted line, becoming a New York Jet, he's the team's best player. I think that will just provide Sam Darnold with so much security moving forward. Just knowing you have a top 10 player in the National Football League right next to you. And you could rely on him in the flats. You could rely on him to hand the ball off, pitch it outside. You could even throw it to him, in the slot. Great in the red zone. He's a great overall player, okay? Yes, there is some off-the-field issues. He has been suspended. He has missed a lot of time. Not considering this year where he's obviously holding out, but he's missed time for other issues in the past. So he doesn't have the cleanest of records. But all in all, I think the positives outweigh the negatives. And when you take a look at the New York Jets, I believe, will have over $100 million in cap space. So we have money to spend. When you take a look at it, when you take a step back and you look at the big picture here, I think it would be a smart investment. I think the New York Jets, and Sam Darnold specifically, need that. I don't want to call him the Robin to the Batman or anything like that, because Bell is he's such a good player. But I think they need that puzzle piece, right? That centerpiece, the core of the offense. And I think if you take a rookie quarterback who's not getting paid anything, right? He's not on a big contract. And really, after his 5 years with the Jets, Sam Darnold will, if everything kind of works out, Sam Darnold continues to grow as a quarterback. New York Jets win games. He puts up numbers, this and that. Doesn't, of course, get in trouble off the field. If everything goes in the right direction and everything is smooth sailing as far as Darnold's progression goes as a quarterback, he'll be in line for a huge contract, right? A contract of Matt Ryan, of Russell Wilson, who just signed Jimmy Garoppolo. He just signed a huge deal. So Sam Darnold will be in line for a big contract. It might be smart now to add the pieces while we have the money to spend, maybe even front load a lot of the contracts, especially like a lot of the guaranteed money. I would highly recommend going after Le'Veon Bell. And I know it. I like Isaiah Crowell. I really do. I love Bilal Powell. Traditional, he bleeds green. Thick and thin. He's rode with the Jets. But when you look at a guy like Le'Veon Bell, ultra talented, one of the best players in the league, like I touched on it before. So I don't necessarily think that the Jets should just shy away from it and just say we're going to stick to the young core. I think in this rare scenario, the Jets have the money, don't necessarily have the need, but I think you'd be like an incredible upgrade over what we currently have. And I think looking at all the contracts on paper, especially Sam Darnold's numbers, it might be smart to get Sam a huge security blanket. He could become Sam Darnold's best friend. And I do believe if the Jets were to go out and acquire this guy, go out and acquire, Lev Bell, I think Sam Darnold's confidence as a quarterback will just shoot up, right? Just knowing that you have a beast standing there right next to you, like I said, that you could throw to or run the ball to. So I'm going to leave it there. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section on the New York Jets potentially reaching out to the Pittsburgh Steelers and trying to acquire, running back LeVeon Bell. So as always, thanks so much for watching, and go Jets.